Hey, folks, it's Lindsey Hollis with SPS back in the building for the first game of the Horatio Williams Tip-Off Classic, and it was a great game indeed. It was North Farmington having success, and no, it's not the head coach, but it's the one who laid the foundation. He's so humble, he wouldn't accept that. Just received state recognition going into the Hall of Fame for basketball. Well-deserved. I have Coach Tom Negoshian. He's known by Coach No-Go, or just say, hey, Coach, what's going on over here? But always been great to sit down and talk to, and here we go again. How you doing?
I'm doing well. If you ask the parents, there's a few other names.
There's a few other names. It comes with some bleeps and all that.
Yeah.
Well, so happy for what you've been doing, and I know it's not about you, but can you talk about the recognition you just got this year, being welcome to the Hall of Fame?
First of all, it's overwhelming, but the word I gave at the speech is that unimaginable. You don't ever get into this business thinking you're going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And from the short little guy out of Pontiac back in the day, I just don't know what other word to use but unimaginable.
Yeah.
What a great tradition.
Well deserved. You guys went on a really great run last season. There was one part that we wish you could have had that last win.
Yep.
But how do you still recognize the importance of being able to make a state championship run?
Well, with what my son, I took it to a certain level. He's taking it way to another level. And he's not doing it through recruiting or any of that stuff. Our kids really buy into the system, and they just work at it and grind and grind and grind. And that's, God bless them and God bless their parents for supporting it. That's the hard part anymore.
Yeah. Your son, Todd Negoshian, gave praise to you when I talked about the culture and how you can have seniors that graduate and go on to college. I'm talking about young men who's done great, but then have all these other young people coming. So talk about the importance of the culture still permeating, that when you have success and young men go on to their future, but you still have new young men coming in who buy into the culture.
Well, I think the thing that helps them buy into the culture is the fact that our last home game, we had Urban Bingham, who came back to North after going to Country Day and trying it. He's now coaching one of the Globetrotters teams, and he talked to the kids and said, look, basketball has allowed me to get a degree, a great job, and travel the world. Don't think that you're going to make money just doing basketball, but use it. Don't let it use you. And then hearing those words from him, I think really is heartbreaking to see the kids acknowledge another young player as he is and what he's accomplished. The culture is something that I learned in Pontiac growing up. Where our coach used to say, if I don't have a coachable kid, I have an unemployable adult.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
And I remember that like it was yesterday. And people need to understand there's demands put on young people today, especially young males in basketball that aren't done anywhere else in the building, even though I taught all those years. If they will do that, they're going to be successful in life. And that's really what we're about. I'm not just about turning into college players out there. You have to turn out successful people, and that's the most important thing we do.
That's good. I want to say this with the time we have. You've shared stories about coaching in Pontiac and being in some unsavory places. Just some history. Coach, what keeps you in it, man? What keeps you still going?
Well, I love being with the kids. I love making a difference. When kids come back like Urban and Kyle Vanelli's and Tyler Spratt's been back to visit us from last year.
Tyler's been back already?
Oh, yeah. He came back and says, Coach, you didn't work me hard enough. I said, oh, well, man, Tyler, I'll tell the guys I got to get after them some more. But when those things happen, I can't tell you what it does to your heart. It just warms you to know that they're successful people. Kyle Vanelli's has played about 12 years professionally in Europe. Called me and came back specifically last year so I could meet his new baby.
That's great.
I don't know how to explain. That's better than any state championship, any W I've ever had in my lifetime.
Yeah. Well deserved, Coach. They're getting the next one started. We're glad that we got a chance to sit with you.
Thank you.
And,
I just need and I need to tell everybody what you do and what Horatio does. People need to understand what's being accomplished and what's being done for young people. Yes.
We appreciate you being a part of it. And we'll see you on the end of the month, too.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Next time.
Bye-bye.